Morning guys, how you doing? Curtis at bullytree.com here. That's www.bullytree, like a tree.com. Today, I hope you have a wonderful day today, and I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful holiday season, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever it might be. I think we're all one and we need to stick together, okay? Today, I would like to talk about paper hanging. Is that okay? Is anybody nervous? Well, you shouldn't be. I'm not. In recent years, it has truly come to light, for me and for many others, that a lot of our dogs' papers are being hanged. What does paper hanging mean? It means falsifying, putting something on in your dog's pedigree that isn't actually true. It means someone's getting a dog that is not registered, that doesn't come from a registered background, or, well, let's cover this first. Someone getting a dog that doesn't come from a registered background and having a friend who has a litter and say, hey buddy, my dogs just had puppies. Could you please, instead of saying your dog had 5 puppies, could you please say your dog had 7 puppies, and then the extra papers that you get, could you sell them to me? And so I can register 2 of my puppies, as being yours from your litter. And from that point on, those puppies would have registered papers, when in actuality, they're not truly registered dogs. What happened was somebody hung some papers, or they faked papers. You know what I mean? And so it happens all the time, not only in bully breed dogs, but in every breed. People do it because of greed. And we are selfish by nature. So I don't really expect paper hanging to end anytime soon. What I do expect is that sometime soon, someone will come along and say, this or these are the standards for registering your dog. And the number one thing should be DNA testing. I believe if more dogs are DNA tested, more pedigrees would be accurate. I believe that if DNA testing in registries became mandatory, more pedigrees would be accurate. Unless there's someone in the registry that is shady. And that's possible. Of course, there can also be a shady vet who did the DNA testing for his friend. So there are imperfections all the way around. What I do know is that in the past years, a lot of papers have been faked or hung. And what happened is, then that transcended to other generations, which are probably responsible for most of our bullies out here today. Coming from dogs that were faked with fake papers, and we get these pedigree, generational pedigree from the kennel clubs, and they're truly not real or not true. You see, a lot of this can come from the kennel club not doing its work properly, or the kennel club being involved in shady paperwork. Okay. Sometimes when you put pressure on a kennel club, they'll tend to change their policy. And so I remember at one time, Merles were being introduced 4, 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, being introduced into the pit bull terrier world, American pit bull terrier world, and a lot of pressure was put on the ADBA for that, and apparently it was stopped. And so, because it is said, according to the DNA and the inner workings of the dogs, that Merles are not in the line of pit bull terrier, right? And so it was stopped. Today we have our American bullies, which many of them have come from papers that were hung, and many of them are still being having their papers hung because of people that are not sticking up to their word, not delivering their papers when they said they would. A guy buying a dog from you or somebody else, and the puppy's papers were not handed over to them. Now they pay $2,000 for this dog, and they have a dog without papers, And so they may have a friend that they might say, hey, do you have a dog with, with a litter? Can you put my dog in as one of your puppies, or can you da da da, And before long, this dog is registered, Of course, it will be the wrong age, But who knows? Who knows if a dog is 2 years or 4 years old, And so on and so on. But it'll be the right color and so on. And nobody ever knows. And so paper hanging is not a good thing, because what it does is that it may take a dog that doesn't have the trait of the American Pit Bull Terrier or the American Bully or whatever breed it is, and introduce it into your dogs. And what happens is then the dogs temperaments and coat type and eyes and everything else begin to change. When that happens, it's disastrous for our dogs. It's a terrible thing for our dogs when that happens, because what happens in that case is you might have a dog that's very unstable, that came from a background that neither you or I know where he came from. You see? And so my advice to you today is to, as much as you can, get your dogs DNA tested. It'll put an end, or almost an end, to the paper hanging, because a lot of our dogs, even dogs that I have had, unknowingly had hung papers. Once I did my research, it hit me to the core. I don't want to have a dog that I don't know its true origin, and then maybe have a litter and distribute this litter to other people and know that they have dogs that are not what the papers say it is. So we need to start right now. Our dogs are here. We know what they are. They're beautiful. The world still loves them. In spite of everything, we need to start right now DNA testing our dogs so that paper hanging, fake papering could be eliminated. Alright? I found a really nice little site online. It's called the Bully United Kennel Club Registry Inc. And it's www.getbuck.com. www.getbuck.com. And what seems to be happening there, I actually spoke to one of the owners. His name is Ben, and what seems to be happening there is that they wanted to make DNA testing, or it's already implemented, a priority, a high priority. And because Ben was dumbstruck by the amount of paper hanging, by like myself, I think that he's on a path to really correct some of these things. Now, I don't really usually do endorsements, but this is an endorsement of sorts, because if Ben is doing the right thing by having people DNA test their dogs at the Buck Kennel Club registries, then that's an awesome thing. I'm not saying that other kennel clubs, UKC and ABKC and all these, or ADB and all those other kennel clubs, don't DNA test their dogs, but I'm not sure if they're making it a priority. Making DNA testing a priority is going to be one of the ways to end paper hanging. Okay? So with that said, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching my videos. Check out my new site, www.bullytree.com, where you'll see this video. And on top of it, you will see a whole bunch of text and quite possibly pictures and so on. And join the people that are coming in and joining and placing their pedigrees on my website. It's really a pedigree database website too. So you can come on, post your pedigrees, your pictures, your whole dog's history, and interact with other people, listen to some of my posts, and view some of my videos. And just let's grow this website, for our dogs, And like I said, I appreciate it. Check out bullytree.com, www.bullytree.com. And also check out my Ben's website, www.getbuck.com. Okay? Peace and love. Take care of the doggies. Have a happy holidays.